Hey, don't let that hit the thing like I told Nick off for.
Yeah, tick, 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 tick,
annoying,
tick.
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Great. I'm glad that's the first thing we do when we get in the car. Like, here's the camera. Kid. On this episode of Jake and Friends, we're going to address the white elephant in the room, if you will. Last year at Road Trip, we took 3 cars with us. Now, back when I was doing the videos for Road Trip, I was just kind of still finding my feet in the kind of content that we were trying to produce, and I was struggling a lot with telling stories. So what ended up happening in the end with those 3 videos is the first one was semi-successful by our standards, and then the second one and the third one we kind of just lost sight of what we were doing. So I believe the actual message that we portrayed is like, hey, look at a bunch of guys being silly at the drag strip. But behind the scenes of all that, there was a Falcon wagon that Aaron here built that was supposed to be the 3rd car that we entered. So Nick was supposed to have the Lexus, but he binned it a couple of weeks earlier. We have just run that video to death. Like, if you're not aware of the reason why there's primer on the side of Nick's car by now, you might as well stay subscribed because it's only going to get better.
So here's the footage again.
So what happened after that is I had the Crusader fresh from Jambo. Not that it wasn't exciting for me, but it was just the car performed exactly the same at Jambo as it did at Road Trip. So it wasn't really like it was anything new. And I was literally like, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks worth of racing in a row in that car. And it was really starting to like just become really, not painful, but just meh. It was just, this is, I brought a fast car with me. It's like, I think ran 5s. And it was just nothing particularly special. Nick had the Civic. And Aaron had the less than successful Barras wagon that we'd spent the former week at best trying to piece together this thing, like staying there until late at night. And did we pick the car up that morning, or would we pick it up the night before?
Night before, and it barely made it home.
Yeah, we never actually got it quite right, yet we took it anyway. I was never really that...
Anyway.
Yeah, where was I with that subject?
So the Falcon went, we threw it together that night.
Now,
do you want to just have another go at this on the way back?
God, yes.
What are we doing, Jake?
Now, I'm still going to try and splice 2 lots of footage together. See, what happened before was I was in the middle of a rant and someone rang me a bunch of times. Not going to go into who it was, but let's just say that I love her dearly. So back onto my Falcon rant earlier. Basically, this car owes us a pass. We spent enough time and energy trying to get the thing to work, and it never truly worked at all.
Not for a full pass. It wasn't happy from the day that we got it running. It never really ran right.
It wasn't happy from the day you turned it off and it said out loud, that's going to be a turbo car. Wait, am I the wrong lane? I am.
No, you're right.
I'm going to do it anyway.
You'll be fine.
You figure it out. Woo!
Anyway.
Yeah. Now today we're spending the afternoon putting a rather debaucherous fuel tank into the old Falcon, because I think what happened was, I think we never actually had the correct amount of fuel pressure. We had a spare 460 fuel pump laying around from various other cars that Nick and I have been with over the years, and that's where it came from, like one of our old lift pumps that we were running. We grabbed that, we jammed it in the Falcon the best way we knew how, which was not very much lube, but a whole lot of enthusiasm, and the filter itself got all smushed up in the bottom of the lift pump thing. I believe, well, not even me, Aaron believes that was the reason why the car didn't run correctly all weekend. It had nothing but fuel problems with it, and because it was a standard ECU with a map supplied by Hoffman, Hoff didn't tune the car, but he definitely supplied the map that we blindly loaded into it and assumed that it was correct.
It's called it good.
There wasn't a lot of enthusiasm put into the initial build in this car. One of the very obvious parts of it being the bit on the back of the car where it says 22 out of 24 ain't bad, which is obviously a reference to the amount of valve springs we
did or did not put in it.
We may or may not have fitted.
It's very hard to get to the back two, alright?
The first 5.5 cylinders weren't hard.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, join us as we go on a journey of just
hating ourselves all over again.
Hating Aaron mostly.
Yeah.
I feel like mine and Nick's cars were built somewhat properly, and Aaron's one's never been in a good position. At least me and Nick have garages to work in. We're just out on the street doing this Falcon now.
I just want it running so I can get rid of it.
The plan is fuel tank, fuel pump. We spent a lot of money. We spent little to no money trying to get it to the last drag meet that we were intentionally trying to take it to. So
it's completely made with Chinese second-hand unloved parts.
Oh, the majority of came from eBay, and a lot of it got replaced because it was breaking faster than we could fit it. Like things just out of the box were wrong. Like the fuel reg that we had like -6 hole drilled and a -8 fitting. No, it was a -4 hole drilled and a -6 fitting. Like everything was incorrect. And put it all together, hit the key,
fitting's tight.
Fuel everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuel reg's a leaky boy, so yeah, give it another crack and see how it goes.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, pretty much.
Might see it at road trip, might see me in a Gets. Either way, it'll be a good time. We done here?
Yeah, sure. This car here lovingly earned its name Stephen Badbarry due to the tune file that actually came out of Scott's 13s for 1300 car, which they call Barry. So the heart of old Barry lives on in this car. I don't actually know what happened to the original Barry. Do you know whatever came of that? Did it get pulled apart and thrown in the bin?
They sold it on.
We'll add a box up here somewhere that for the 13s for 1300 challenge that we did a few years ago. It was actually when we first went overtaking land as well. That was a good weekend. Well, I forgot we painted the giant on this. This is how Aaron believes that you should fit a fuel tank. It'll look better once it's done, I promise. Well, there's one. All right, give me another 15 minutes to put another nut on here.
Because you could push the washer the right way up. We're not completely rough here. Oh, that's the technique you learnt in high school, isn't it?
No, hey, spit on it. Watch how fast I'll go.
Woohoo! Wrist action like that, your boyfriend would be pretty happy though. All right.
Now be totally honest with us. Should we trim these?
Well, looking at the size of the tyre, we should just clear.
Oh wow, that's right down there.
Do you want to hear the good news or the bad news? We need to put a check valve and a cap on the two top ones.
Wait, you didn't cut a hole in the floor of the car so you could put fuel in it, did you?
Not yet. I also didn't pick up my hole saw, so if we're doing it, you're not going to like how I'm doing it.
The system works. The system doesn't work. You can't even put fuel in the f***ing thing.
Not yet. We're getting there. One step at a time.
That's how you trim your fuel brackets, your fuel tank brackets. We don't have a ruler or the appropriate pen, but we do have offcuts. So we've marked the top of the tank. Move, Aaron!
No, that's cool, he's not in the way.
So there's a hole in the back of the Falcon where some wiring went through. We've dropped my pen down there and put a nice pretty circle of where the hole is in relation to the top of the tank. So we can basically hole saw the top of this.
Don't have a hole saw.
So we can cut a hole in the back of the Falcon big enough so that we can put fuel in this little tiny tank. This tank is not going to be big enough. That's exactly one ruler's width apart. Now, that's going to be
Accurate.
roughly there by roughly there.
Use your engineering square.
Aaron, we're just going to cut that entire piece out. I'd argue that I did a pretty good job of that.
Well, it's in there.
It's got room for adjustment, see? It's perfect there.
And I have to work out what I need to do with the rollover valve.
Oh no, that's real simple. We get the ruler, right, and we measure how far away is the rollover hole. That's sharp. Rollover valve's probably there.
No, it's right out on the edge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get another use for the rollover valve thing you already attached to it.
I have faith in you.
That makes one of us. Now we've been having a load of dramas lately with GoPro cameras being the biggest pieces of. So if anyone's got a better camera that's easy to use, similar to a GoPro, and they can recommend it, please let us know. Richie from Tellison something or other, I can't remember exactly what his business name is. Now he's recommended we use a DJI Pro, I think it is, or something like that. It's apparently there's a new camera been coming out very short that we're going to give it a crack at it. But GoPro have somehow managed to make both the best and worst camera at the same time. We're constantly losing footage. I've got an 8 helmet cam, lost all the video from Nick's passes at Jambo, and I've got a 9 that I'm currently holding in my hand filming from this, and my phone has been more reliable than those cameras. So if you know a better one, let me know.
Yeah, all this entire exercise has really taught me is that nitrous is just easier.
Oh yeah.
Like, turbos are cool,
You
but,
can fit a nitrous kit in like, what, 15 minutes?
well, if you've got the correct nitrous kit. Not the correct nitrous kit, but a nitrous kit that has been made for the purpose of quick install and removal.
I'm sure no doubt this is going to become a multi-part series on
How much we hate this car.
how much I'm avoiding working on this car, yet here I am working on this car. We're in the middle of making fuel lines. This is the feed line. It's going to run a single 044 now. The 460 in-tank pump didn't
Play the game.
We think it may not have worked, so we're just jumping to what we know works, whether it does or not.
We'll find out later.
Pretty
Just give that a little...
You normally get like the slightest little bit on them. Get close enough. But we'll leave all these on here nice and finger tight so we can discover the leaks one at a time later on down the track. It's even like exposed, like just the back of it. I really should have, like, in an ideal world, I would have put the 2 plugs around the other way, but this isn't my finest work, I'm not gonna lie. 10 amp to do it. I'm just gonna guess at how long I think that should be.
About there. That leaves tolerance. Yeah, about, sort of. Yeah, just about, yeah, that'll do it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Let's feed it through.
Feed it through.
Can I get the ratchet? It's tighten all the fittings. 4 is an excellent count. Look at that. If that don't scream, I'm going out to Thursday night drifts. I don't know what does. Actually, there's genuine airflow fittings in there, so that bit doesn't really scream. The other fittings we got, while they're good, they're just generic ones. They're probably made in China like most fittings, but yeah, I'm not going to rag on them because I actually run a few of them on my car. Now that we're done about with this for a while, we're going to chuck all the tools in it and go for a drive down to the servo. We're going to go find, we never really worked out where the closest E85 one was.
I'll work it out.
Figure it out. We'll go get some fuel, we'll come back and see if it starts. Are we gonna, like, if this runs, are we gonna drive it with all the tools still on the back of it like this?
Can't see why not.
Now, because of the distance, how far in this has to go, you're gonna be on jumping underneath the car and tightening up the fittings if any are loose.
Put your finger over the end of it.
Oh yeah, good point.
Pretty big hole to hit. You'll be right.
How are we going down there?
Well, I mean, it's good so far. Well, I can't see anything pissing out.
When you say pissing, does that mean nothing's coming out, or does that mean it's just not coming out
nothing.
fast?
Well, it's not dripping. All right. Well, the long pour.
Woo! This is the moment of truth. Do we race this or do we sell it as a parts car kind of thing? Want to sell Falcon piece of shit.
Go on, Aaron, do the thing. Whoa, stop, turn off. No, I can't. How bad is it?
It was the fitting that you were supposed to tighten. We'll go get it. One job. One job.
That's not saying that that's the loose fitting, that's saying that's the loosest fitting. Take 2. We got the leak out the way. At least
we know the pump works.
do we have a fuel pressure gauge in it?
Yeah, we do.
Turn it on. Don't start it though. Nothing. Any money we got the regs the wrong way around, the supply and return the wrong way around.
Bro, once again, that was your job.
No, I'm pretty sure we got it the right way around, but
There's every possibility of it. They're easy enough to switch around.
Alright, I'll go look at the pump. Let me know when. Nothing!
Oh, it doesn't matter, we got that again.
Yep. Perfect. Plug her in, let's go round 3. Wait.
Now, not only do we want to take a few steps back, I'm now covered in fuel.
Doesn't like that. Maybe give it half a chance to heat up.
Let it warm up.
It's exactly the same as what it was.
As you can see with the car, we got it running, but it doesn't like running at all. We're kind of been at this for the bulk of the afternoon, and I'm kind of a little bit over it, ready to go home. We're gonna leave it here, call this video 1, and
Well, to be fair, what we changed is working.
yeah, it's got tons of fuel pressure. I don't know if you can hear the pump through the video. Like, you can hear the car running. It's got every warning light on the dash because half the sensors are unplugged. Not the important ones though, before anyone's like, oh, maybe that's the reason why it doesn't run. Maybe that is the reason why it doesn't run.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no, we're pretty much done. Call this Barry Diagnosis Part 1, and I don't know, we'll pick up the idea when we've got another spare afternoon. Stay tuned, there'll be more to come.
See you next time when we swear at this thing.
See you next time when we make this someone else's problem. See you, bye.